goes across my body. That's going to help me in the first move of my golf swing if I'm a guy that rolls the club inside. So golfers, today I want to share with you a really great practice drill that over my 20 odd years of coaching, 25 years of coaching, old, very old, it's helped so many golfers. It's helped my golf swing. It'll help your takeaway. It'll help your impact. It'll help your delivery position. So it's one exercise that you can do for a short amount of time. It gives you instant feedback that'll allow you to swing the golf club in a better way. So this is kind of one drill that fixes many faults. It's quite uncomfortable to do sometimes, and it'll certainly give you feedback. What I want you to do is take a rod and place it down the shaft like so. The idea in this is we're going to use this for the takeaway movement and also for the delivery position and the post-impact position. It's going to help us with all those things. The ideal world, when we take the set to the ball, in the takeaway, I want you to feel it drag across your belly like this. If my hands move away and this points to target very quickly, I'm going to have too much rotation in my wrists and forearms, and the club is going to be working inside and under plane on the backswing. That can lead to lots of issues further down the golf swing chain. Generally, people will either lift the arms up to compensate and then come way over, or they'll keep the swing very short and flat and really struggle for power. So what we want is it to be across the belly like this, almost as long as you can. But basically when the club gets to about hip high, then it'll come off, and this should point then towards your ball to target line or your base plane line, depending on how fancy you want to be with your terminology. But basically in that general area there. If it was above that, you'd have a slightly flatter plane. If it was inside that, you'd have a more upright plane, or above plane, or under plane, whichever way you want to look at it. So that's what we're looking for the takeaway, is to feel it across our body like so. So if I went and hit a shot now, feeling like it just goes across my body, that's going to help me in the first move of my golf swing if I'm a guy that rolls the club inside. So again, when we look to do the other bits in the downswing and through swing, it works on three things for the price of one. The second point of this is really working in that delivery position. So once we've started the swing like this, if I can get that delivery, so this is dissecting the ball near enough at this angle, obviously I'm slightly inside the ball, but it's running to the right to target, that'll get me in that delivery position I want to see. If it's in line, the chances are the club then is going to travel across the golf ball through that contact zone. So we want it really so it's pointing to the right at this point, and obviously as we turn then that squares itself up. So can I deliver that club so this is pointing to the right target? So pump downs like this, that's the feel, cross my belly to the right of target. Can I get that inside to out path, or inside to in path, or get that in to square to in path to hit straight shots and draw shots? This delivery position allows us to rotate through the golf ball to square things up, as opposed to stalling through the golf ball and hitting it with our wrists. Benefit number 3, shaft lean. And I know I always talk about shaft lean. I like to see shaft lean. I think to get that ball into contact, we need shaft lean. And you'll see here, if I do that, this stick rod is clear of my body. If I do this too much, the club face will stay open. I can do this with a bit of rotation and still keep it clear of my body. So the rotation happens with the arm, with the wrist. That squares the face up. The wrist will definitely go into this extension phase after contact, but through this phase, having that flat lead wrist and then letting it extend like that is what we want to see. So with this rod, if I do it correctly, you'll see there, it did not hit my body. Now, it's much easier to do without a ball than it is with the ball. But that's what we want to train. If we can train practice swings, can I hit the ground, miss my body every single time? That is what I want to feel. Real difficult. Makes you feel like your hands are so far forward, like out here. But if you can get some reps in doing it and then just take it to your normal swing, you'll see a world of difference in terms of your ball flight and also your ball striking. So in summary, the 3 things. We want the club or the rod to drag across your belly, deliver pointing to the right, and miss your body on the way through. And then try and combine it so you can actually do all 3 in one swing.